So rappers and guns have got to be one of the most detrimental combinations the rap community has ever adopted, and you would think with how many rappers have gone in trouble for having guns over the years, there would be some sort of collective agreement to just stop. I mean, when you think about it, nobody says anything about the guns you have until you start flashing them. Like when you guys say you have a gun in your song, automatically assume we're taking your word for it, because who are we to call you out? Now I know there are plenty of ways to get a gun legally, but come on, getting a gun legally is like smoking weed after you turn 21. The coolness factor goes way down, and when 50% of what makes you a successful rapper is you being cool, rappers are taking no chances, regardless of the consequences, even if the consequences cost you years of your life. But most of the time, it just ends up with them serving some kind of jail sentence, and they come out thinking that they're cooler than before. It's a weird cycle that they continue to be a part of time and time again that's almost completely avoidable. But unfortunately for some of these guys, they let the guns become a bigger part of who they are more than their actual music. Yesterday, as I was scrolling on Twitter trying to find something to make a video on, I see this person's tweet saying, "Ignorant as hell, he got $1 million bond for this," and then the clip they're replying to is of this guy filling up a flamethrower and then using it in the street like he wasn't in the middle of fucking North Carolina. This is literally something you would see in the streets of Nigeria as some warlord is taking over a small village. I don't know how YouTube is going to react to this, but let's just put up a big "do not try this at home" on the screen one time for the one time thank you, flashing if I may, red and white flashing like if it was a warning. But the person in this video is Ron Harris, aka 10 cell phones, and about 5 years ago he was getting about as much hype as any underground artist was getting at the time. He was on No Jumper, he was getting multiple videos on the Elevator channel, and basically what I'm saying is that had he stayed consistent and not gotten into guns, he wouldn't be in the situation he's in right now. But if you notice in that video, there were about 10 cars that passed him while he was doing this, plus the bus on the other side of the street. And this is the only clip he posted. Who knows how long this guy was going around with his flamethrower, spraying it out, who knows what. For someone with over 100 videos of themselves shooting guns on their profile, you would think he would know about proper gun etiquette. And this whole situation gets even more stupid when you realize that this isn't even his first time getting in trouble for something gun related. Back in April of 2023, he was arrested after police found 20 pounds of weed, 5 handguns, and 2 hand grenades in his apartment, only because he was known by the local police department for posting a video saying he was going to blow up their police cars.
According to that search warrant, police were already on the lookout for this guy for allegedly posting videos threatening to blow up their patrol cars. Officers pulled over Ron Harrison near his 3rd Ward apartment last week for fictitious tags on what turned out to be a stolen Dodge Charger out of Virginia. But according to this warrant, a detective also noticed a be on the lookout alert for Harrison because police say he's posted videos of him holding explosives behind CMPD patrol vehicles with the caption, "Say I won't."
And then in November, as he was being arrested again for the same thing and domestic violence, he tried to run away but eventually got caught. And now, most recently, he was arrested for carrying a concealed weapon and possessing a weapon of mass destruction. Now, I looked everywhere for an article about this trying to find out exactly what happened, but apparently nobody has reported anything other than this one article that was posted 3 hours ago, but I started getting shit for this video last night. But I will say, as I was looking for the actual mugshot that was posted, I thought I was going crazy because as I'm going through these official mugshots of people who are arrested, I see an elf, I see one guy who's named James Rick instead of Rick James, I even saw the Grinch, and yes, he was charged with breaking and entering, identity theft, and impersonating Santa. But eventually I was able to find our friend Ron here, and he is in fact being held on a $1 million bond because of this so-called weapon of mass destruction. Now, I'm not sure if this charge is even going to stay because I looked it up and it's apparently legal to own a flamethrower in every state except for California and Maryland. Now, I know he is a previous offender and he shouldn't be having a flamethrower, but unless he was caught with some fucking anthrax or something, I don't see how a flamethrower made by an official company that literally anyone can buy if you aren't in California or Maryland is a weapon of mass destruction. I mean, look, I found the exact one he had in the video on sale on their website. Like, I'm sure his past and how he was using it had a lot to do with what they charged him with, but imagine a 20-second video costing you millions of dollars and years of your freedom? That's gotta be the dumbest trade-off ever. And can you believe they started a GoFundMe for this guy? They even say he allegedly violated gun laws that we believe are unconstitutional. And it's like, what the fuck do you mean allegedly? He was using a flamethrower at a 4-way intersection. Now, the charge might be a little out there, but considering all he's done before this incident, opinion, I think they just didn't want this guy back on the streets. And after going over everything I just said, that sounds like a pretty good idea, you know what I mean? I also like how they put, if 20,000 of us could donate $5, we'll be able to reach our goal and get him home. Why? So he can be a piece of shit to his community with a different gun? Nah. Nah. Funniest part about all this though is that if you look up his real name, Ferran Harrison, some of the first pictures that pop up are of him from back in 2017 getting certified as an electrician. Congratulations to Ferran Harrison, who just completed Hard Hat University, Intro to Electrical at our Hard Hat Charlotte branch. Okay, well maybe you got past the intro and that's it. But imagine going from this to being charged with having a WMD. Do you realize how insane that charge is? Back when Bush was president, we thought Iraq had weapons of mass destruction. Today, people are saying North Korea has weapons of mass destruction. And now, Ferran Harrison can be added to that list. If you guys for some reason want to look up his mugshot and charges for yourself, as well as see what other funny ones you can find, you can go to recentlybooked.com and it'll ask you for what state you want to see. You click North Carolina and then you click Meckelsburg or whatever, Schmeckelsburg, and he should be there. Also, the Grinch was arrested in this county, and then unfortunately for the elf, there was no charges when I went back and checked. But yeah guys, if I don't see you tomorrow, then I will see you the day after New Year's. Also, thank you for 20,000 subscribers. I will make a community post about this after the video, but thank you to everyone who has been subscribing. I didn't want to say anything, but I was trying to break 20K before the end of the year, and I did it, baby. Woo! Just kidding, I'm not gonna get a copyright claim. Peace!